One of the most widely recognized problems in our society has been around for centuries, and its effects have always been drastic: bullying. The majority of the population has experienced bullying, whether they were the bully, the victim, or a witness who stood by and did nothing. Considering bullying has been around for so long, one might think people have learned of its negative effects and bullying would have minimized slowly and eventually disappeared. But in reality, it has only grown larger, having more opportunities to spread like a wildfire using today's technology. You might familiarize this as cyberbullying. And the fire will more than likely continue to grow. Unfortunately, there's a plethora of types of bullying. And now, what I'm going to try to do in my speech here, I'm going to describe the causes and effects of bullying, as well as how you can help someone who is bullied. Alright. First, I'm going to start with the causes. There was an article called Bullies on Bullying, and they said bullies were more likely than non-bullies to live in families without two biological parents, such as living in single-parent families, living with extended family members, or with foster parents. Such situations may mean bullies in some cases do not receive as much attention at home, the scientists said. So we can see that the bullies usually have some sort of problems at home or with themselves. And a lot of the times, what people say is that the reason they bully is to make themselves feel better. So they look for someone who is already less than they are, or what they see. And they attack that person because he seems to be weaker. And second of all, I'm going to tell you on some of the effects. Bully victims are between 2 to 9 times more likely to consider suicide than non-victims, according to studies by Yale University. That's from an article called Bullying and Suicide. So we've seen so many times in the news how many kids have committed suicide because they were bullied. And, well, you might think, well, why can't they just ignore them or turn off their computer? But the fact is that a lot of kids don't have that strong of a mentality to keep up with focusing on what matters and what doesn't. So eventually it leads to depression, and ultimately it can lead to suicide. And finally, I'm going to tell you how you can help someone who is bullied. From personal experience, I can tell you that talking to someone really helps. I never actually did while I was going through it, but I feel like that only made it worse. And I feel like talking to someone about it would have helped better. And that's the main thing anyone can do. A parent could do with their child, or whoever the child or whoever is being bullied feels most comfortable with. And the best thing to do is to respond in a positive and accepting manner. Let your child know it's not his or her fault and that he or she did the right thing by telling you. So, you can't just go beat up the bully, because that's just gonna make you a bully, and you're not helping the cause. You're only making it worse. So talking about it would be the best thing to do. And the sad thing is that bullying has been around for so long, and we haven't really seen it decrease. So how can we make it decrease? By everybody just, doing their part. And there's always gonna be that one child that isn't gonna listen to anything, to reason. And so now I've helped you with the causes, the effects, and how to help. So hopefully now all of you can help out. Thank you.
You're that one guy that's having a hard one. Hey, those are like, no,